The months-long search of the Prairie Green Landfill for the remains of two First Nations women killed by a convicted serial killer has come to an end. While the partial remains of Morgan Harris and Mercedes Myron were discovered in February, the province says operations wrapped up last week with the search of another landfill on the horizon for another victim. But for the family of these women who have endured an unthinkable tragedy, this all comes with very complex emotions. Morgan, joining me now here to speak more about this, we're joined by Melissa Robinson, who is Morgan Harris's cousin. Melissa, hello. Thank you so much for being with us. I can't imagine what a difficult time this is, so we really appreciate you joining us.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you for having me.
So, Melissa, how are you feeling now that the search has officially wrapped? What sort of emotions has this brought up?
You know, I guess we're all kind of feeling mixed about it. I know the girls, aren't, happy with the end result. For myself, obviously, it's going to be a little bit different, right? And I've said this a few times today that, we have to remember that this is their mom, that we were searching for. And although, she's my cousin, she's still my family. When I think about, 2 years ago when we were told no continuously over and over, and here we are now being able to say we have most of her, and we're able to now move forward and have a proper burial for her, and to honor her life and to put her spirit to rest. I know I'm content to a certain degree, but of course, I think of how the girls must be feeling, that we weren't able to find all of her.
And you're speaking of her daughters?
Yes.
Yeah. So, Melissa, I understand there was a ceremony at the landfill. Did any of this bring any sort of closure to you with an ending of this chapter? Did that bring any sort of healing?
It's when people say that you never fully heal from losing someone, right? And the way things played out for us from the very beginning, how she was taken, what had happened, because we were there for every single step of the way, where we sat in court and heard it all. It's not something we'll ever heal from. But we can, at least rest now, knowing that, the next steps to be able to, lay her to rest. I know at least for myself, it puts me at ease. But, in general, when I think about, just what it's done to everyone, it's really disheartening, right? And, so moving forward, it's going to be different, obviously, and a lot harder for the girls now. Right, because they can now finally grieve, and not put that fight up anymore. So there's lots of mixed emotions with how everyone's feeling. I know that day at the ceremony at Prairie Green, I got very emotional because it was hard to believe that that we were finally there. We were there, and the work was completed to a degree. And I was just, my heart was so full that day, the love and gratitude that, I felt for everyone within that circle, the ones that did the searching for Morgan, the ones that located her. Oh man, my heart went out to each and every single one of them. And it was a bittersweet day.
I can only,
Definitely.
yeah, I can only imagine, Melissa.
Yeah.
I've been so impressed. We were speaking about a year ago. You launched an Indigenous women-led outreach group called Morgan's Warriors in your cousin's name, and it's hoped to address some of those unmet needs that Morgan experienced. I'm wondering, how has it been going in the months since we talked?
It's going amazing. So I'll just correct you though. It was myself and Elle that founded it, right? So so we are both founders of the group to honor her mom. It's going really well. We have a strong core group of people that give of their time 4 days of the week, and they lead with their hearts. There's so much that is being done that wasn't being done a year ago before we got onto the streets, like active searches, right, for our missing women. We've been a part of many things that we don't exactly share because it's not needed. People don't need to know the uglies of what's going on out there. And we're not looking for accolades in any way. We do this because we saw that there was a need for it. So I could tell you it's going amazing. It would be nice if, we had a little bit more support from the community at large, of course. And we're always open to new volunteers to come out and experience the work that we do. And you'll see the love within everyone, that they walk that path every day, and it's just such a good feeling. It's definitely medicine for myself and for our other members. Helping is healing, and we still, a year later, strongly stand by that phrase. So I'm sorry, it's been a long day.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
You're our third interview today. So.
Well, we will leave it there, but I just wanted to end again by offering just my deepest condolences. I know speaking about this cannot be easy, so I really thank you for your time.
No, absolutely. And I thank you guys that, you guys have always shown this in a good way, right? And have honored always our family's wishes when it comes to, respecting what we want to, talk about and how we want to respond to things. So I thank you guys for that.
Happy to hear that. Thanks so much. Take care.
You too. Thank you. Bye.